Welcome back to Quiet Money Podcast, the number one show for going through the ups and downs of life. Stay tuned. We're coming up next. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Quiet Money Podcast. I'm your host, Dax. I'm excited to be with you guys again today. Quiet Money Podcast is the number one show for going through the ups and downs of life. Today is an update for me, though. But I ain't even seen you all today, so I can't wait to tell you about my day. But as always, how you doing, man?
Good. I was wondering if you were going to introduce me.
No, I'm gonna let you introduce yourself. You know what I mean? It's just I ain't seen you all day, so I just wanted to start talking to you. You know what I'm saying?
Hi, everyone. My name is Randy. I am the co-host of Quiet Money Podcast.
How was your day, man? What's up? How's everything?
How's your day?
You go first, man.
I don't know why. You know what? You shouldn't be stressed because you were off today.
I know
but you messed up because you came home and you decided to start working.
I had to.
No, you didn't.
I really did.
No.
I really did. I had to. I got this meeting. I got things I got to do.
You had to.
I did, man.
Okay.
I did. But anyway, your day was good?
Mm-hmm.
My day was an update. You know what I'm saying? My day was an update for so many reasons. You know what I mean? And the first thing was, like you said, I had the day off. You know what I mean? But I didn't just have the day off. I had the day off volunteering. You know what I'm saying? And volunteering, I could tell you, like, it's something that, and I was out there with kids today, you know what I'm saying? But like doing something you don't have to do, but like just being in the environment and everybody's happy and everybody's like, you know, doing different things and
so what
a bunch
did you
of kids
today?
getting around. I'm gonna tell you,
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? But anyway, today took the day off and my son had basically we went to like a farm, you know what I mean? And I was driving it was a big gray van.
The school van.
It was a big one. Usually they had the white one.
Joint?
Yeah, we had 15 or so people in there. And it has no, this van has no trunk space. So it was just all seats, right? And a whole bunch of kids in there. And I had to wear orange. And anybody, people don't know me, a lot of people that's listening, like, I'm yellow. Like, I don't wear orange. I don't wear yellow. I don't wear anything like that. But I had on the orange shirt. My shirt, what my shirt say? It says, what it says? This is my Halloween costume. Yeah, so that's my shirt. And then I had on an orange hoodie. And I'm out there driving this van with all these kids in it. You know what I'm saying? But when I got to the school and I went and got the keys and they told me to go get it and pull it around the back. And like all of a sudden, like, listen, man, sometimes in your life you realize that you've changed or like certain things mean more to you.
Mm-hmm.
But like there was a time that like I'll be super excited because I was about to go out that night. And I still like to go out, you know what I mean? But it would be like a rush. Like, yo, I'm ready to go. But when I got the keys and I went and got the van, you know what I mean? And I went to pull up and get all the kids, I started feeling like this rush feeling because I know my son's going to be excited.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, this is crazy. So I go pull up and all the kids come running in and everybody's excited and us screaming. And it's like this huge, amazing thing for them.
Did you have to put the car seats in?
Yeah, all the car seats. All the little booster seats and everybody had to sit in the seat. Hey, yo, let me tell you something. I have kids, but I'm not a teacher. So one thing, you can look at what other people do and you think that you know, but you don't know. Teachers don't get enough love. They don't get enough praise. Like to have to be in that environment all the time with other people's kids and making them be organized and follow direction and learn is like amazing. Like if you experience it for one day, it's like, all right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You would be like, yeah, they should make. That's a whole nother topic, but you'd be like, yo, they should make way more money because it's hard. It's a whole like just to get them in the truck, just to get them in there was like a whole thing, a whole process that was just full of screaming and people not following and falling and you know what I'm saying? And telling people I ain't your friend no more. Like, all within 3 minutes of getting in the car. We ain't even going nowhere yet. So anyway, fast forward the story. We're driving on the road and everything, having a good drive. Get to the place. It's like a farm, and they got different animals there, and like goats and horses, and you could feed them, and the kids are eating, like, feeding them. They're eating out of their hands and everything. And it's this whole thing. We're getting a hayride and going on. My son got on a horse ride. Got to take pictures and stuff, and I'm sitting there like, yo. When he got on the horse, it's little stuff. He got on the horse, and I'm like, I know he's scared, but I watched him do it. You know what I'm saying? And I know that he did it because, number one, I was there, but also it was the environment that everybody else was there as well. But if I weren't there, I don't think he would have did it. But I went there, I put him on the horse myself, and like just watching him ride away. I don't know. It was just a whole.
It was the moment.
Yeah, it was like a whole thing, and I was like, yo. This ain't a whole lot, but it's everything. You know what I'm saying? So I say all that because I don't want to just sit there. Everybody knows I got kids. I love my kids and all that. But when I'm in this environment, I'm sitting there taking it in. I was like, yo, this is so simple. And I'm like, when did life get so complicated, yo? You know what I'm saying? When did it become so complicated? And to that point, and I, I'm just talking here, but what I wanted to talk about tonight is like, what are them moments and what are them times in your life where you know what? It changes. Because life is simple at some point, and everybody has to grow up and all that. It ain't about growing up or not, but it's about the simple things in life meaning so much to you. Like when you see kids, you see it. You know what I'm saying? And when I'm sitting there in that moment, I ain't working, I ain't doing any business, I ain't nothing. And it was just everything about it was like what it was supposed to be, like perfect. Yeah. And I'm like, this is it. But why is it not like this enough? Like, I don't have enough of this. I started thinking that. And I'm like, as I sit here and I'm trying to do different things, that's the things that I want to do more of. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we was talking about when we was talking about the other episode, when we was talking about that documentary you was watching. And it's all the same kind of thing, which is like, yo, all the stuff that's taking our time, space, and money are not even always fulfilling us for real. But it's the things that get everything. You know what I'm saying? And I sat there and I ended up talking to this guy and having this whole conversation. And this is where I want to get your thought, because I know this is where you're getting a lot of jump in, because you've been wanting me to jump in this bag and I ain't wanted to jump into it. So this is where you come in, all right? This is what we're talking about tonight. But as I'm sitting there taking all this in and thinking about life, and I'm like, yo, I want to have more of this. I'm sitting there trying to figure out why is life so complicated. I get into this real quick little but real conversation with another parent that was there, friend of mine, you know what I'm saying? And was sitting there talking about trauma. And he brought up this word trauma, and it just sparked something in me. And we started talking about that we all got trauma, and that's why we ain't like that. Everybody's got it, and people's not dealing with that. And I was sitting there for some, I don't know why he said the way he said, I started thinking about it, and we was talking, and I'm like, I agree with that 100%. I've never used the word trauma to describe it. But why can't we be like that no more? And why are we the way we are? We're sitting here and things happen to us. We go through things and we either probably keep piling it on and don't realize how heavy it's getting, or you deal with it, but you're wearing, like, I told him, I was like, you're like wearing Band-Aids in your life. But those Band-Aids end up being those type of things that you start saying are like strengths. You be proud of them. But they're almost like protective measures for somebody that's, you know what I'm saying, been impacted by life. So that's why you can't be the simple things. You can't blindly trust people. You can't just be going out there and talking to people and enjoying the company like before and trusting them. Like you just can't. You don't even have that spirit anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like life has
Mm-hmm.
put you through it, and I think that's where I get the challenge of when you see people that the way I think they portray success and all that, which is what we ended up talking about also with the trauma thing, is like there's no like together thing anymore. There's not like a togetherness anymore. It's more like strength is being individual. You know what I'm saying? We start talking about that, and it's like, why is that? And it's like because people's been through trauma, and now as they grow up and they go through life, now they're in this space where it's like you gotta like do it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you've
Mm-hmm.
been through a lot of things, and I just that really just kind of got me thinking. I was like, I might need to go into this trauma thing a little bit and
Hmm.
see what that is. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's got it. And it really made sense. And I sat there and I'm like, I'm enjoying the environment, but I'm not enjoying it like, damn, there's things on my mind, there's things that I'm feeling. You know what I'm saying? And that's actually trauma. And I'm like, yo, so I walked away from the conversation. I'm like, yo, I might have some trauma. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just being real about everybody. Cause I'm strong in some things now, but it's because of how I've reacted to things. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
I've been through. And I just don't know. So I think that's something I want to explore a little bit. You know what I mean? But what do you think? Because you brought that up to me one time. I want to say recently. You said you were at trauma, and I kind of blew you off. You know what I'm saying? But what do you think? I know. I know you weren't expecting this tonight. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
like,
No, but serious. Like, what do you think about that? Because like that's kind of the big problem with things, man. That's why people can't really love people anymore. Like I'm all this stuff we've been seeing. Everybody getting divorced. Like we sending screenshots all the time. This person break up. That person break up. It's almost like there's nothing really that really makes you want to be together anymore and really go through things. And maybe it's because by the time you get with somebody, you're already at these things where it's like, I ain't gonna go through that. I'm not gonna deal with this. I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
But you know how many times damn kids kicked each other and then hugged each other?
Right.
What? That happened all day. It happened all day. You're not my friend no more. I'm telling your mama. This is what I heard. I'm telling your mama that you're not a nice person. 2 minutes later, right? But it's not trauma to them yet. And I don't know, man. I kind of got up from that because I'm like, it's not a bad thing, but like it's different thing. I need to realize why I'm the way I am in certain things, and I think some of it is like trauma, man.
I'm
And it's
so
okay,
happy for you.
serious, man.
Yeah, I'm
Because I
happy
was
for
seeing
you.
it with somebody else, and I'm like, wow, everything applies to everybody. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? If you be objective about it, and that's why I was like, good. That's my boy. I was good. I'm glad I talked to him about that. You know, because we was talking about other people, but it kind of
Right,
made me
right.
think like, right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So anyway, that was part of my day. Glad I could share that with you. We're
Yeah.
gonna see how we go. You know what I'm saying?
So
What's
does
up?
that mean you're gonna talk to somebody? You're gonna get some therapy?
I don't know. I might, I might, but it's because I think I'm just curious and like why I do things, like because I feel like I'm good, but like why do you do things, man? You know what I'm saying? And why is it that like I talk about the soul sugar stress thing, but like why is it like that certain things just don't work sometimes? You know what I mean? Certain relationships don't work. And you're sitting there like look, the things I'm telling you, there's certain things that bother me. Like I understand why people's like that, but like you be like, I ain't about to tell this person this. I ain't about to help them with this. Like it's always like these layers of like protection. Though
I know.
that's like it's like just layers of protection, and there's layers of protection that you put on yourself. All of them equal like strength, and like people have to go and break them down, and But it's almost like life is just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I remember.
And then, sorry, go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
No, I'm been talking all the time.
No,
Yeah.
you have to.
I hear. I tell you. Yeah.
No, I remember though all the walls you had to break down to get to me. So you kind of, yeah.
Yo.
Life is tough, man.
I'm telling you, man. And it's been so many deans.
Thanks for not giving up on me.
Nah, never. But I'm just saying, listen, guys, like, I guess the point I want you guys to take away from all this, like, listen, man. There's a reason why you do things. And I've said this before, but like, for the most part, we're all born as innocent babies and we don't know nothing about nothing. And we all turn out certain ways and we go through different things in life. Some of us go through the same thing, respond differently, but like life is hard. And I think it's a whole lot of trauma out there that just don't be dealt with. Like, and I could see it. It's not that you're still hurting and you want to cry about it. That's not the trauma part. I think I'm got it now. The trauma is not it's not always somebody needs to sit you down and 10 minutes later you might be bawling your eyes out because it's like it may not be that. But I do think it could be things that could help you with like how you do things, how you're living,
The way you
why you're
move.
the way you are, why things ain't working with a certain type of person. It be you or it be life and its impact on you.
Yeah.
And it don't be the other person. You know what I'm saying? So that's just kind of what I got out of that there. You know what I mean? But anyway, other than that, with the trauma thing, we can definitely talk more about that. We ain't gonna let that topic drop, but we can do a little discovery. You know what I'm saying? But I hope people take this from me. Like, if you hear me, just think about it. Like, it might be worth it sometimes. Therapy ain't the worst thing in the world, guys, or anything like that. But make sure you understand yourself. That's the best way I could say it, man. And then you could maybe work it out with other people in different, like, you got to understand yourself. Now, most of us, we go work, we got to pay bills and stuff. So we understand ourselves in that way. Like, I got to make money. I got to do this, like all that type of stuff. But you might not know why you're the way you are, why you treat people the certain way you are. You don't really know. And it'd be things you've seen, things you heard, ways you've been impacted. And that be the trauma of life that just continues to, like, and check this out. Other advice for you guys out there might be simple and plain, but I guarantee you somebody's listening that don't do this, because I didn't do it a whole lot. You probably don't do it all the time, but you do it in the morning. Find yourself in 30 seconds or a minute of quiet somewhere. 5 minutes of quiet. See where your mind is sometimes, man. See some of the things that you ain't even had a chance to tap into because you're just doing stuff all the time. See, I'm at a farm with a bunch of kids. Of course, I'm ready for the retrospective. You know what I mean? No, but that conversation, I wouldn't have had time for it in a different environment. But I'm sitting there and I'm trust me, man. I know what I'm talking about. I'm sitting there and I'm absorbing all this stuff from kids and light, you know what I mean? And just in a different type of energy. And we're having this conversation. That's why it's an impactful conversation. Because it's a real example right in front of me of like what it used to be like. Not even being dramatic. That's what it used to be like. But it's not like that now. Right? It's not like that now. You do something that I think you did me wrong, I'm not hugging you right away. Not right away. Not at all. It doesn't happen like that. Vice versa. It's not like that. Sometimes.
So you're talking about literally me and you?
Yeah. Like sometimes, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like we're quick to resolve.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, I mean,
it doesn't normally last more than
depends
24
what
hours.
it is. Depends what it is. Misunderstanding. That's been like 2 years straight.
Yeah, but I mean,
but that's a theme. That's a theme. That's a theme. That's the thing.
But I'm just saying, like, when we get upset, it's not usually a long-term thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we stay mad at each other for a full day.
Yeah. Hey, you know what
You a little
though?
hesitant.
No, I had to think about it. I had to
Think
think about
about
it.
it,
I
because
had to think
usually
about it.
somebody gotta get somebody coffee.
True,
Like, because usually this stuff happens in the
true.
morning.
Hey, but listen, yo, we gonna sit here. This ain't a therapy show, but and I'm gonna tell you, I have to share things with you guys that's real. You're going out there, getting money, whatever you're doing, that's cool. It don't for the most time, you're gonna have some stress along the way, and you're gonna get knocked on and disappointed and all types of stuff, in all different types of ways, and you're gonna have trauma in your life because life brings it to you. Period. So I'm realizing it's almost impossible to say that you don't have trauma from life. Now you may be dealing with it effectively, you might be okay, you might be whatever, but like, yeah, you got trauma. You've been through things, you've been disappointed, you lost people, you've seen bad things, terrible things. You've been severely disappointed, whatever the case. Traumatic, trauma. We're here making a positive thing out of trauma.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, trauma is what is sparking us to do this, but it's trauma,
Mm-hmm.
right? So,
Yeah.
guys, think about it. Address your trauma. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is yours? Like, you know what I mean? Have you addressed it? Have you sat in the car? Like, what is it? Like, what's the end? Like, it's okay. You ain't got to knock it down. You ain't got to go block it out. You ain't got to go straight to a counselor neither. But maybe write it down. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn 10 things that has going happen in your life or going down, you really weren't rocking with it like that. Just write them down.
You really got to be intentional about that. And you can also ask people that's close to you who actually know you, because they know.
They do, but the thing is, you wouldn't want to ask them because you know
Scared of that answer.
they about to say something that you probably don't want to address.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be like a circle like that. But honest, like to take this advice and do it, maybe write it down. If it's 10, if it's 5, what's them things that's happened, man? Write them down real quick. Just take a quick glance at them. Can you look at them things on the paper and say that you don't feel nothing? Ain't nothing to address? Cool. But I think if I wrote them all down, which I probably should do, if I wrote them all down, I write them down. If I wrote them all down, it'd probably be like tough. You know what I'm saying? Because every day I don't proactively address all of them in a day, but the in me, I'm sure, because they don't go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. Anyway, that caught my mind today, and I wanted to share that with you, and I did. So
Well, thank you for
appreciate you
sharing.
listening. You know what I'm saying? We ain't come back
Yes.
to this trauma thing, but anyway, otherwise than that, I gotta go back work tomorrow. I got a busy weekend. You know what I mean? Um, some good things that well, I guess one thing I really wanted to share with you. I want to get your thought on is sometimes, and I saw this with my team when I was in practice,
Mm-hmm.
but when we have conflict and we ain't finding a way to resolve it,
Mm-hmm.
and you sit there and you realize like the conflict that you're having, both of you are very similar. You both have like it's almost like you're both the same, and it's like nobody's budging. But it's one of those things, and I saw it in practice, and I'm like, I wish I could show you guys that you're literally the same. Like you want the same things, the exact same things, but because you do back to communication, but because of the way they talk to each other, because of the way one of them responds to positive things that they do, the other one don't like it. But they both want to be stars.
Right.
But it's like little things like that, and I'm like been trying to figure it out, and I just wanted to get what your thought is of like resolving conflict with people that like really, and I know I don't want to use us always, but like resolving conflict with people that really, really like care about each other, but it's like they just can't figure it out. And it's like it's getting worse. That's the other thing. It's getting worse. How do you resolve your conflicts with people?
You gotta pray about that joint. I'm dead serious. You gotta pray about that joint. And God will show you.
But here's the thing. If you don't do that, right? If that's not what you do, or even if you do that, you never had no conflict with anybody that you could think of where it's like even if you don't even know you're wrong or you think whoever's wrong or whatever, it's like you just keep butting heads, that kind of thing. Because I'm sitting here and I'm like, I don't want to say I'm tried everything, but it's almost like they just ain't hearing each other.
Right. And that's okay. They're going to be two people on the team that don't hear each other.
We got to fix that, though.
But you can't fix it. Like, you can impact them. You can't change them.
Why not?
Because people change when they want to change. They hear you when they're receptive to hearing you. Even though they're kids, like, you want to be able to tell them something that's like, oh, okay. But no, kid A feels strongly about something. Kid B feels strongly about something. And until somebody does something or changes something, then they're going to be two kids that butt heads on the team. And you can continue to try to influence. Like, you know this from raising kids. Like, sometimes the decisions that they make, no matter what you say, what you do, they're going to be them and do what they want to do.
You'd be so frustrated, though.
It's very frustrating. Trust me.
It is.
I'm in the situation now.
And I feel like, it's tough when you watch somebody and they know, I don't want to say they know they're wrong, but they kind of know they're wrong, but they just don't want to let it go.
Right.
And it's like, why?
Exactly.
Why are we like that?
And you just pray for them and pray for yourself that you'll let it go and just give it to God.
True.
He'll handle it. Because this is only year 1 or year 2 of them being on the team together. Okay, maybe year 3, 4, they'll get it together.
Maybe.
They're growing up.
So why do you think me and you get it together? Even through these communication things, why did me and you get it together?
The commitment.
Is that it?
I think so. I think we're committed to getting it together. We're committed to working it through. Like, we choose to be married every day. I think about those vows, maybe not every day, but for better or for worse, actually means something to me.
All right.
I know I started getting a little. Actually means something to me.
I ain't say it didn't mean nothing to me. Jeez, I didn't say that.
Well, I'm passionate about it.
No, I got
That's
you.
all. And I take it serious.
Yeah.
So that's why. But I think that's also why we don't get along, because I really want you to see me in the things that I'm saying and the things that I'm thinking and,
True.
all that stuff.
Nah, we about to have some fun right now.
What, you got a game?
No, I ain't got no game, but we about to have some fun because when you bring up stuff on the pod, I don't forget it. So I like to go back to it. A couple episodes ago, you was talking about how we should share more with people some of our expertise, right? Do you remember that?
It sounds familiar. What was I talking about?
Nah. So tonight we gonna have a little fun with you because one thing that we touched on a little bit, and if everybody's wondering where I'm going, if you don't know, if it's your first time listening to our podcast, we don't always just talk about everything super deep. We touch on everything in life, ups and downs, and our platform allows you to participate in that and share things with us and grow with us. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And we want to get money and be successful too, but we just already rich in life and we love life to the point that every single person in this house is going to be in this same room tonight watching TV, and we got plenty of rooms for everybody. But that's what means everything to us. But
quiet money.
What I want to talk about for a little bit with you is what people could get from us and what they could learn from us. We told them a little bit about our business, but at the same time, as I was at the farm today, the conversation of business also came up. And I found myself, highlighting you a little bit because you're amazing.
Oh, thank you.
You know what I'm saying? And with our business, yes, we got an accounting, advisory, and tax business, but I want, it's October. We're not in tax time yet or anything like that.
I am.
You are?
Mm-hmm.
All
I'm
right. Well,
starting to
we
be,
can jump
yeah.
that, but
But go ahead, sorry.
tonight I want to talk a little bit of you and taxes. And I want to talk about, of course, you always have been into money management and all that, but when it comes to what you bring to business and taxes, I just want you to talk a little bit about you. You know what I mean? Who you are, how amazing you are, what you bring to the business. You know what I'm saying? Some of the things you're doing in taxes. You know what I'm saying? And I want you to talk about that tonight. And why should people come to you to have their taxes done? Individual taxes, business taxes. Why should they call you?
Because
Tonight's
I
your
care
night.
too much.
Tonight's your
That's
night.
why. I care too much about your taxes. But I look at everybody's return like my own. I have a little anxiety around taxes, which makes me really, really good at what I do. So I used to have insecurity about taxes. And even though I have the accounting degree, I didn't feel confident enough. Even though I would read tax law and all that stuff just for fun, just to know that my taxes were right. When I first started doing taxes, I didn't feel confident. So I was like, okay, what can I do to make myself more confident in what I'm doing? And I decided to get the highest credential that the IRS awards, which is the enrolled agent credential. And it's short for, EA is short for enrolled agent. And it's basically a certification that you have to keep up. You have to do continuing education every year. I've been an enrolled agent for a while now. I can't remember when I passed, but, and let me tell you something. I was so good at this test, I never even used the software. I literally just picked up a book from Amazon. There's 3 sections. And I just read the book. And I passed the exam that way. So I'm proud of myself. I know I'm proud of myself for that. But it also let me know that I actually knew what I was doing. I was just insecure. So, but yeah, I kind of enjoy doing taxes and I'm passionate about it. And that's kind of what makes me the best, honestly, my passion, my experience. That's what I bring to the business. I really know what I'm doing. And then I have some mentors along the way that I bounce stuff off of, and yeah, that's me. Miranda B.
With taxes and all that, and we can talk all night about taxes, but what I want to get from you is, to the average person that looks at taxes as don't even know what it is, they know they're trying to get money at the end of the year. I know you have a different view on taxes and them being right and that kind of thing. So, like, what would you want the average person to know if they got a business or not? When they're reporting the taxes, what are they doing? And what's some of the things that you would say, not in detail that you've seen, but like a little bit of like what people could, consider or be wary of, or things like that that come to your head?
I think the mindset around taxes needs to change.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, the biggest refund. I'm about to get this refund. I get you the biggest refund. That needs to change because I don't think taxes are about getting a refund. It's literally a calculation. You made this much. You should be paying this much taxes on it. And at the end of the year, you're either going to owe or you're going to get a refund. But tax credits and like all that stuff plays a part into it, but it's not as big as people make it seem.
Right.
And to me, it's the advertisements and the things that we've been taught. And like people trying to, I'll give you this amount of money if you claim this child and all that stuff. Listen, don't claim anybody else's child. Really, tax preparation should be done from a place of honesty and integrity. Because at the end of the day, when the IRS, I don't want to say when they get you, but when they review your return or when they conduct an audit or when they want support for something, if you can't produce it, there's some problems that come with that. So at the end of the day, honesty and integrity is how you should prepare your taxes. You can do tax planning. So at the end of the year, if you want a refund, you can get a refund. Mm-hmm. If you want to break even, you can break even. Me personally, I like a refund. I know people say, oh, you should break even because, the IRS is keeping your money and they're not paying you interest on it.
Right.
But I don't care. Mm-hmm. Like, to me, and this might be bad business advice, but I'm talking about emotional advice for me. At least I know every year I'm going to get a little something, something, and I'm going to do something with that little something, something.
Right. Now, with the tax work you do, now you're talking about like filing people's taxes and stuff like that. But
did I go the wrong direction?
Nah, you go wherever it's what you do. But I'm saying
I could talk on this all day.
Do you also do tax planning or helping people be ready for what it should be or putting themselves in the best? Is that the kind of work you really like to do, or you like to do both?
I don't know. I can do it. I have done it.
Right.
It's just, I got to get that price point right, because there's a lot that goes into tax projections, especially because tax laws change every year. Mm-hmm. So tax projections, it's not easy. But yeah, I do it for our clients.
Okay.
I do it for our clients. It's considered a part of advisory.
Nah, obviously positive and negative ups and downs of everything. Doing taxes must come with some stresses. You know what I mean? So outside of, I guess, trying to get or being in an environment where you may be trying to get the most for clients, or maybe that's what they want. What's some of the other things that is like hard in doing taxes or challenging in doing taxes for people or the businesses?
What's challenging about doing taxes for people? I would say majority of people don't understand taxes. There's some people that understand it really good, and sometimes I don't even understand why they want me to prepare their return, because I'm like, you could really do this yourself.
Right.
Like, especially people with like really, really simple returns. But yeah, I think that it's hard to explain sometimes.
Right.
To me, it's so simple. But I think that it's just people don't really know what goes into taxes, what they really are, how it's calculated. I find that challenging. And I think the most challenging thing is when people owe, and it's like you can't do anything about it except for explain why.
True.
So yeah. And I think the other thing is when people want me to do fraudulent stuff. And it's like they're shocked that I won't. I'm like, I don't know if you've ever worked with an enrolled agent before, but the IRS, you can find me on the IRS website. Like, they recommend me and they hold me to a higher standard. So if I do some fraudulent stuff, clank, clank, I'm going to jail, federal prison. I don't think so. So I think that's one thing too, that I don't do any fraud. And I mean, I'm saying fraud, but even like the smallest things are fraud. Like, if you say to me, I made donations. Okay, that's great. Do you have the receipt? No, but I contributed, this, that, and the other. If you don't have a receipt, I'm not going to put it on there. A lot of people will. Sorry.
No,
but the thing is, though, I've had somebody come to me and say, I didn't prepare the return. Last year, their prepared the return, and the preparer didn't sign the return either. But they had all this stuff on there, and the IRS ended up auditing the charitable contributions, and the person could not provide any support. So the IRS took it and added it back to the return, and then they had to pay taxes on the stuff that was deducted. So Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understood some of it. I understood, but yet the tax one.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So
you're
I
much
think
better with the
that's the
tax. But
hardest
I was
part.
there with you like 85% up until the end.
Yeah, yeah. But that's the hardest part, though. Like the small things. The people are like, oh, well, I prepared last year. Okay,
Well,
I don't care.
I love how you talk about taxes. You kind of jump right into that real fast.
Man, because that's like my baby. It's like it's like a love-hate relationship.
Yeah.
Even now, I'm sitting here like, am I doing taxes for this season? Because it's a lot of work.
I know.
It's a lot of personalities.
I hope you did, though.
It's a lot of emails. I'm trying to set up the new program that incorporates the AI.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to improve it, and that price point, I got to get it right. So
yeah,
that's where I am with the taxes. But I do enjoy doing it. Some of my clients I just love, and I really enjoy working with them.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I don't know. That's what's up. It don't always be like that. It don't always be like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. But anything else? Look, we ain't gonna stay on taxes all night.
No, I don't want to.
No, but I brought that up for a reason. But is anything else? Tell anybody why they should come to us? Based in accounting and get their taxes done specifically because you look at every return, but why should that be a highlight for anybody? Why should they even care? Why should they come to us? We can
because most of y'all's returns is wrong. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I've seen so many that just are missing something or overstated, and but that's not why you should come to us.
Mm-hmm.
You should come to us because you will have your returns prepared with honesty and integrity, and you'll have me and my team going through them and, just treating them like they're our own. If you have a business, we make sure that you get the right deductions, the right credits, and it takes time. You don't just that's another thing too. You don't come sit in front of us with your tax documents and then you're out of here in an hour. That's not how that works with me. You submit your tax documents through a secure portal, and I take my time and I review everything. If you're a new client, I actually review your prior year return for free just to make sure that it's complete or to, see where I can save you some money. Because at the end of the day, I'm about honesty, integrity, but I'm also all about saving the money. Look at my nails. I'm seeing my nails on the camera. I'm like, oh Lord, but I started.
Hey, but I'm glad you said honesty and integrity, and you know what I mean. I appreciate you talking about taxes and everything tonight, even though you didn't expect that. But we don't never plan anything we about to talk about because we just really be real about what's going on. So that's what I wanted to ask you. But
you didn't let me finish though.
Oh, I thought you was done. My bad. Yeah, my bad.
No, I just wanted to say that I treat everybody's return like their own.
You right.
And I really take the time to go through it. And that's when I talk about anxiety, that's actually a benefit when it comes to preparing returns. Because trust me, I done went through this return about 6 times before I send it for your signature. And the process, it could take a few days. It could take a couple weeks. It just depends on your tax situation. But I don't rush through anybody's stuff. And I definitely don't do it for the money.
Hey, well, I love your honesty, your transparency, your passion for taxes. Nah, it's not too real. But listen,
I feel a little bad about that.
No, it's not too real. But I brought it up for a reason. Like, and anybody that's been following our podcast or anything, or if you're just hearing us for the first time, like when we talk about topics on here, everything is 100% authentic from both feeling and fact, and that's real important for us. So there's plenty of things you can listen to, tap into, that's going to motivate you, that's going to give you a certain type of energy, bring certain things into your life that you could manifest or think positive, and we are all for that. But the other side of us is that we are very much into like tangible fact of being able to help people. So if we actually are talking about getting money, we do get money together. That's a fact. If we're talking about business, we have a business together. So we can share on our platform things that we actually do well, that went well, things that didn't do well. You know what I'm saying? Like these are authentic things. And that's why I wanted you to highlight, because at the same time, we got an amazing business together. We talked about it a little bit.
Yeah.
And we can tap into little spots. We ain't talking about every service, every night. You know what I mean? But what you bring to taxes is amazing. And people need to know that if they are individual person, if they got a business, if they want to start a business, they need to work with us, period.
Mhm.
And they need to know that because that's something we actually are really, really good at. You know what I mean?
We
And we
actually
have to,
care. Like we have real
for real.
relationships with our clients.
Yeah, so you got a business out there, accounting, taxes, payroll. What? Listen, you either and look, if you've been following us all this time, I don't know what episode it was, but the website is actually working now. So you could go check out. It is website.
It's not.
What happened? It wasn't working.
No, it works, but it's not updated.
Hey, it's you can go there and contact
you to
us.
help me.
The contact works. They can contact.
Does it, or does it just look like it?
Listen,
works?
TBD on the website. Hit us up on Instagram at basedaccounting.com. Hit us on Instagram. That's probably the best way. DM us that way. Get directly to us. You know what I mean? And we're
sorry about that, y'all.
It's 2023. Cares about the website.
No, people care.
I mean, I care, but I'm just saying. But it's still done, though. But we can get there.
Hey.
But we switched the domain and all that, right? Mm-hmm. So that's,
it'll be up and running within the next 2 weeks.
All right, we're gonna check back.
We're gonna hold it accountable.
Check back on that. You know what I'm saying?
By Halloween.
Halloween's in 2 weeks?
No, but I'm saying the way your schedule works, I'm not going to do it without you.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Jeez.
Because the last time. Y'all, I tried to update the website and had everything down for a whole week. The server, email wasn't working, website wasn't working. I was real ambitious though. Mm-hmm. I was trying. So it didn't work out.
True.
But sometimes it does. This whole setup got the mics and the amp and all that stuff. I figured that out.
Hey, so look, we what I'm closing with tonight, we talked about a couple things, but going through I would say my little revelation of like the authenticity and the word trauma, like it's a real thing. Like, let me go think about what that is. We gonna tap back into that again. Everybody, make sure you don't ignore that. Don't just think I'm tripping. I'm telling you, just go write it down. Do that with me. I'm gonna do it too. Write down there a couple things that have really happened that you just ain't like, really impacted you, whatever it is. And the list might be long, the list might be short. Just come back and look at it a couple times, see how you feel about it. You know what I mean? That's what I plan to do because I'm gonna start analyzing things a little bit.
So when are you gonna make the time to do this, my love?
I'm about to write it tonight. When we finish pouring, I'm gonna just write it down. Yeah, I'm gonna write them tonight. I'm serious. I'm writing it tonight.
Okay.
I ain't never said this.
I know.
Yeah, I'm gonna write it. But and then you guys was talking a little bit more tonight about just that moment, that experience of just watching people just really enjoy being together and just no stress. And look, that quiet couple things tonight. Go get that quiet time for yourself every day, man. Whatever it is, work out, go for a walk or something, take your dog outside. You know what I mean? Like, just, if you got a kid, take them somewhere. Like, just detach from all this stuff you have to do. Like, you just have to do it and go do something that's good for you. Like,
leave your phone.
Yeah, go do something that's going to pour into you where you don't have to go pour into it. Because everything you do in your life, every day, just think about it. It's grabbing a little piece of you. Grabbing your finger, grabbing your hand, grabbing your mind, grabbing your energy, your money. Like, it's just picking at you, pop up all day. When do you sit there and say, that's enough of that? I'm going to go put something back. That's what them little walks could do. I see that's what taking the day off did. Getting to the farm today was like putting something back. You feel me? So go put something back in your life. Because all day tomorrow, just think about it. Somebody or something is taken from you all day long. You know what I'm saying? So we talk about that. Lovely Randy broke it down why she's the most amazing tax accountant and why you need to come get business with us. You need to be reaching out to Based Accounting and nobody else. But the last thing I want to talk about tonight is this. Are you ready for this? You nervous?
I'm not nervous, but I'm curious.
You curious?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, so thing I wanted to talk about tonight is I guess the word feeling and fact. You know what I'm saying? And you and I, and we were talking, I want to say earlier this week, last week, when things come up in life, there's always a feeling and a factual side to it. And I'm realized that it's important to identify both more often, because I feel like what's happened with me and you is at different moments, one of those things has meant more to one another. And because one of us is focused on the other thing, nobody's being heard. So I wanted to tell you tonight that that's what I'm telling you. This is just what I wanted to tell you is that sometimes it's okay if your feelings are just your feelings, man. Even if they factually ain't this and we factually said this, sometimes your feelings are just your feelings. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to tell you tonight. I didn't know I was gonna tell you on the poor, but it seems like the perfect time. But like that's a communication thing with us that I know we can improve, and I think other people can improve it as well, which is thinking about both and like what is that person focused on at that time? Are they focused on the facts of what happened, or are they focused on how they feel about it? Because the way you respond to it is way different all the time. So if I factually did something or said something that I've said 100 times before, I factually have said it 100 times before. It should be light. It may not be light that day. So I won't give you what you need that day. And I'm just realized that that's a skill that I could probably improve, but a lot of people could probably improve is caring about both, identifying both. And I want to do that for you. You know what I'm saying? I do it for my kids. I know that. Because kids, you have to do it like that. I learned a lot from being around kids today. But kids, you always pick the feeling if you think about it. It don't matter what factually happened. Mm-hmm. You always prioritize their feelings.
Yeah, that's true.
But yet, when you get older, you don't do that no more. I'm telling you, like, my whole thing today was what happens to us when we get older? I think what happens when you get older, and when I talked about walking with the band-aids and all that, and the scars and the trauma, is kind of all the same thing. As you get older, the facts, you just want to focus a lot of times on the facts. You ignore the feelings. That's the trauma. We're ignoring the feelings sometimes. But we know what factually happened. All right, this is what happened. I got to deal with it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? This person said this. All right, I got to deal with it. People ain't whatever. Can't trust people. That's how it is.
Yeah.
Nah, it's real.
Yeah.
That's the scars, man. I'm telling you, man. That's the scars. That's the like. That's what we gotta break down, man. You ever wonder why you ain't making it where you thought you was gonna make it in life? It's because you ain't dealt with the feelings, man. So the facts don't do it. You don't. The feelings part is the problem. Real talk. So I want everybody facts feelings tonight. Whatever's going on, fact feeling your life out. That's the other advice for tonight. Things are popping up. What's the fact? What's the feeling? Bang, bang. That's what I'm going to do. I'm telling you. Because it's different. It's different. And the facts, you have to focus on the facts part because that's how you keep moving forward and keep doing things. But the feelings part, we ignore. Why? Because we factually got to get up and go work tomorrow. We factually got to go take these kids out. I found out my husband's cheating with me with the babysitter, but I factually still got to pay the bills and take care of these kids and go to work. I factually don't have time to be sad about this, but you factually are. Mm-hmm. It don't work like that. That's the trauma, yo. So let's stop lying to ourselves in life. You know what I mean? And just realize that it's all right to feel a way about stuff, man. You know what I mean? Especially guys, you know what I mean? Girls, whatever, you're growing up or whatever, like, don't let nobody make you feel like you don't have the right to feel a way about things. Because that's how you really get through things. You know what I'm saying? It's not the facts, because the facts is what it is. And the facts, and this is where I'm going to stop here, but the facts is it's going to go forward anyway, because life keeps going until your life is over. So you don't even have to worry about that. Yeah, time's going to go by, but what is happening to you? So even if you're prioritizing, like, yeah, I got to put one foot in front of the other, like, all right, you're going to have to do that anyway. You have to do that anyway, but how do you feel? So that's the takeaway, y'all. Fact, feel in your life. Something pops up, try to get in that skill a little bit. What's the fact? How I feel about it. Real simple. But that way you keep addressing both. And maybe that will help bring down some of the trauma. And I know that's for a fact because I don't address them both. I can say that. That's why I'm being real with y'all. Like, I grow on the podcast with y'all. It's a real community. Like, I'm telling you. But I could see all these moments are happening. Everything's happening. It's a beautiful time in life. All this that's happening, I can feel that it all connects. With your mama, all that, everything connects. It's like a awakening of information. Me and you just got it. We're supposed to share it with people. I can feel it. I'm telling you. And these why these things are happening. So fact, feel in your life. What happened? How you feel about it. And I know it's gonna help me and you. I know it is. It's gonna help us, man. You see? Trust me. Cause I think that's a communication problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anyway, y'all, always appreciate you listening to our podcast. You know what I'm saying? We just keep it real about life. But listen, man, don't just sit there and say, look, I saw a great idea online. I'm about to go get some money and do this and do that. Like, listen, man, this is not what our platform's about. Our platform's about when you go there and you make that $1 million one day, it's everything for you that it's supposed to be. You don't instantly need 2 million, 5 million, 10 million, 100 million and keep filling a hole that you can't fill. You got to be rich already. Said this. You got to be rich already. This how we get rich. This how we go chase the money and receive all the good from it. This how we go get the business, go get the woman, go, you know what I mean? And receive all the good from it. By doing these real things and dealing with the ups and the downs of life and skills. That's all you do it, right? You know what I'm saying, right. Man? Anyway, check out Quiet Money Podcast on all major platforms that have podcasts. Subscribe to our Patreon. I'm going to keep telling you guys it's only $5. And you can even just drop us a donation. Like, what other show out there is being this real about things? Like, nobody. So don't go buy that $2 thing of fries. Drop the $2 in the Patreon. You know what I mean? Come check out our behind the scenes podcast. You know what I mean? See how we made our closet into a podcast. You know what I mean? Come see the different things we going out doing with each other. Like, drop the $2, $5, $10, $20. I don't know. Just support what we're doing. You know what I mean? Because we just real about things. And the ups and downs of life, me and Randy, we can touch on all of them because we literally are friends that did everything together, man. Everything. Friendship, relationship, marriage, kids, businesses, podcasts, businesses, ideas that didn't work. Like, come on, man. Like, it's nothing we don't.
Yeah, we have been through a lot.
That's what I'm saying. So if you want to know how to go through the ups and downs of life and be successful, like, it's literally right here, man.
Yeah.
That's why our show is dope.
It is.
You know what I mean? Anyway, that's enough for me. You got anything, babe, before we go?
Nah, you stole the show today.
I just couldn't stop talking. I just couldn't stop talking. I really couldn't. But you know what? It ain't gonna be like that all the time. But anyway, check us out, yo. Make sure you like us. You know what I mean? Because we here for you, but we also here for ourselves and our kids, and for everybody that we love that's gonna continue to hear our message when we long and going, because it means that much to us. Peace. Make sure you follow Quiet Money Podcast on all streaming platforms that have podcasts. Follow us on Instagram. Leave comments on our videos. Let us know what you're going through, ups and downs. We want to hear from you. We engage with you. And we'll see you next time. Peace.